Hello everyone, welcome back to my stream. In this stream, we will continue to build out this Suika game, which is a game that I've been working on, where you drop fruit into a box, and if two of the same fruit touch each other, they combine to form a bigger fruit. And if you get up to a watermelon, it disappears, and that clears out space for you to drop more fruit on top of each other. But if you reach all the way to the top of the box, it's game over. So, this is what we have so far. It's a nice little game that's working pretty well. So let's see. Okay, let's open up the README file, see what's left to do. Okay, add a loading screen. That's the first thing we'll work on today. And then I'll move this one to the bottom, sorta. So add a loading screen, minify assets, create a desktop version. Let's see if we can knock these out. Okay, so loading screen. So this is what I mean is that when you load up the screen initially, and you can see that it's an X, and if you try to okay, so it's loading, and so then the game can play. But let's reload. So during the X, you see the assets haven't been loaded. It's blue, it's blue, and even when that shows up, this still hasn't loaded yet. So you see the X is loading the other. So if you were to click while it's still loading, it kind of freezes. And so it could get bad enough where it freezes long enough, so where like when by the time the game starts, you game over because the logic is that if the fruit touches the top boundary by the time a second fruit has loaded, then it's game over. So yeah, so let us work on a loading screen, which will keep the game from loading until all the assets have loaded, and then the player, and then you can play the game. All right. So how do I do that? Well, um, let's see. So there is a event in the web browser, which is when the whole page has loaded. That'll trigger. So I will add this event, or I will add a event listener rather. So let's see. That be in JavaScript. Um, yeah, so I'll open up my JavaScript file and just add it here. Add event listener. Load event. Yeah, there we go. How about to be very explicit, window.add event listener. Okay, yeah, there you go. All right. So let's do this. Let's see here. So we have create WebGL. Yeah. So let's do that. So the random fruit will only, and that'll start the game, and that only starts after the window loads. So until it loads, nothing will happen. And let's add handle. Let's add a variable. There. GL game ready is false. So initially it's false, and once the web page has loaded entirely, we'll set it to true. So geo game ready, that will be the variable, and we'll add it to the so when you click it let's see, when you click or touch the screen, triggers add fruit to WebGL. So let's check out add fruit to WebGL. Okay, add fruit to WebGL. That's here. Okay, so if not GL can game over, then return. And that is the GL can game over that's triggered by this GL get random fruit. So we will not so GL can game over is false in the beginning, and isn't set to true until GL get WebGL random fruit. Um so if that is the case, then we actually don't even need this GL game ready. Yeah. Okay, create WebGL. Okay. So I'm thinking the loading screen is just gonna be all those fruits. Maybe like some in a circle in the middle of the screen. So create WebGL. Yeah, and those are all dictated by, or those are all WebGL objects. So let's populate WebGL objects. I'm thinking I'll populate them with static fruit. Um, so let's see, add fruit to WebGL, and then get WebGL random fruit. Okay, so that'll be this. Mhm. Okay, so let's see if WebGL objects. So I cannot add it directly here at this point, or can I? Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. So I actually should already have matter dot bodies. Um, yeah. Yo, fruit. Let's see, fruit sizes. Okay. Oh. Oh, maybe you and fruit dot like just a simple for loop. Um, simple. Okay. Loading fruit is that. GL fruit. Uh, there we go. So fruit texture. Yeah. Okay. Um. Mhm. And then let's see. So fruit. Okay. Mm, hmm. Okay. And whatever is in WebGL objects will be rendered. Fruit, fruit sizes, fruit. Okay. So the first two coordinates are x and y. So x. So there's 10 fruit, and we want them in a circle. um. Yeah. I mean, so that's like cosine and sine if we want to do it that way. Um, x is cosine, y is sine. Math.cos. All right. Yeah. Radians. 2 times math.pi. uh, Divide by 10 since there's 10 fruit. And 300 is the radius. Um, mhm. Um, Yeah. There we go. That's more like it. Math dot sign. All right. Let's try this out. See what we get. Okay. Regular expression. Yeah, 46. So I did something wrong. Oh, math dot pi times math dot cosine. Oh, yeah. All right. Missing 57. Um, think so. Okay. So it loaded it up, but yeah, so at least the preview doesn't load before. And yeah. No sign of the fruits though. Um, no sign of the fruits. And that might be because WebGL objects. So WebGL objects, we do have WebGL objects now. Um, engine create WebGL. WebGL renderer. Run. Hmm. Yeah. So um so I have a create WebGL and a get WebGL random fruit. get WebGL random fruit. Okay. Hmm. Am I missing this? One way to find out. geoengine.world. WebGL objects. However, that's defined down here. So now let's try it. Okay, good deal. So we do see something here now. Um, try this. Cool. Hey, how is that? How is that? I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Y 400 makes a nice little circle. Cool. Awesome. So that was the missing piece. And then let's see. So once it's loaded, we want to clear resize canvas. We want to clear out this loading screen. To do that, I will look at the restart game function and rip out the part that I need. Okay, so that would be this part. There we go. So remove it from the world and then set the length to 0. All right. Let's test it out. Cool. Start playing. All right. So one piece of feedback I've received is that the explosion boxes seem a bit too big. The explosion fragments, rather. So let me adjust that. Adjust the maximum size. But first, let me test out, see if the loading screen works on wide screens. Okay, think so. Yeah, perfect. Let me test it out, see if it works on narrow screens. Maybe even narrower. Yeah, it works. So that's an interesting little glitch in the system. Um, right. Okay, so back to the explosion. So explosion. Generate hint. Generate explosion. The explosion. Um, fragment. Uh, how about, so let's make it smaller. Try it now. Seems a bit too small, in my opinion. So maybe something a little less than half. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks better. Yeah. All right. Okay. So that works fairly well. Add a loading screen. Done with that. Um, yeah. Uh, let me edit this README file a little bit. Run the application npm start, navigate in a browser to or matter for the old version of the game. Okay, moving on, minify assets. All right, so this would be in the code deployment pipeline. Minify, uglify, code minify. So this would be in the project. Okay. So that would be in packages dot. Compressed JavaScript files. So the way to use it would be to install it. So dependencies, these are the dependencies I have. So npm install node minify. Well, hold on, let me see if there's just a regular. Yeah, JavaScript and CSS minify. Check out what we have. Um, so before I embark on this, let me first commit the code. Um, what? Oh, I did the script and tweak explosion fragment size. Okay, node minify. There's a lot more of these than I was thinking. Hmm. Maybe I'll just use this one. Hmm. Hmm. Last published 5 years ago. Maybe that's a bad idea. Last published 22 days ago. One issue. Um, Weekly downloads 19,000. See, weekly downloads 5,000. One issue, two pull requests. Yeah, maybe I chose the wrong one. All right. Okay. Mm, see. So this is a CLI command. I want to put it in a script. Hmm. Yeah, this isn't as easy to use as I want. Uglify here. All right. Okay. So let's um okay. Um So these are the 4 files I need for a working game. GeoMatrix, not GeoMatter. Okay, source.js. So those are my sources. And then all right, write file. Uglify.minify. All right, minify assets. And then let me see if I can just run it just like this by adding it to packages. Script start, scripts minify, node dot slash public JavaScript. You know what? I don't like where this is. Um, Minify assets. I want to put it here. Well, maybe I'll do that. Nah, I'll just keep it minified assets.js. There, minify assets.js. Yeah. So I will need to change the let's see. It will be let me see how www is doing it. Okay, it's escaping. So dot slash that gives us back to this directory. From here we can go to public JavaScripts. Okay. All right. Save it. And then let's give it a shot. So I had done npm start. Now I'll do npm minify. So it seems that start is special. That okay. Yes, so that is it. Missing after argument list. On line minify assets 15, line 15. Line 12, 14, 15. Okay, because of this was missing a end parentheses. All right. 15. Still missing. Okay, let's double check. Function. Write file. Yeah, I don't see it. Now, why does it say that? Write file. Minify. Uglify.minify. Properly escape, yes. Source. Function. Hmm. 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 Wait a minute. Oh, no, no, no. I was in the wrong file. All right. Here, invalid archetype. Instant of object. Source directory. Okay, that's fine. Uglify.minify. Yeah, write file. File data options callback. Yeah, file data is result. So uglify.minify is not producing what we're expecting. Oh, result.code. Undefined. Let's print this out. Oh, JS parse error. JS parse error. So I wonder which file is the one that has a problem. So let's try them one by one. So maybe it's that one. It seems to be all of them. Okay. Code. Um, hmm. So code should be a string. It should be the contents of the file. All right. No such file or directory. Cool. Minified. All right, all 4 files minified. Take a look. Yep, min. All right. So let's check it out. Okay, so original file was 4 kilobytes. After minification, 3 kilobytes. Original file 30 kilobytes. After minification, 18 kilobytes. 55 to 53, 350 to 79. So yeah, quite a bit of space saved, and this is what it looks like. So notice the shaders. I suspected this that the shaders wouldn't be minified, and that's probably because, which I mean, it's a good thing that it didn't minify it, so that it can maintain the um, it can maintain uh, compatibility with WebGL since it's a different language. Now then, I am going to create a new one. WebGL.min.html. And then in this one, I am going to Notepad. I am going to use the minified versions. All right. And then one more thing is that in game WebGL min, it might not be using the minified version of common. Yeah, it's not. So let's add that. So now it is. All right, let us test out the minified version, see if that works. No. Yeah. Let's start up the server first. All right, seems like it's working. And let's see here. Application or performance? No, network. Let's do network. Yeah. So we can see it's loading in everything fairly quickly. The images, they're still pretty big. Yeah. But besides the images, which there's a loading screen for, and the font's pretty big too. But besides those, everything else seems to be loading in pretty quickly. So that's good. So we got minified asset. Now for something else. So next on the list, create a desktop version. And so to create a desktop version of the game, I'm gonna use a node module. I believe it's called Electron JS. Yes, that's the one. So I believe this was started by GitHub. Even though they don't talk about it now, they say it's maintained by OpenJS Foundation. Okay, so it needs Node and npm. So let's follow the tutorial. Okay, just reading up on the tutorial. Okay, dev dependencies is installed. Let's see here. Scripts. So let's add a electron. Okay. Now I will create a main.js file that would tell Electron what to do. So we have an app.js. So I'm just gonna create one in the same directory, which is the root directory, main.js. Let's start editing it. Const app create window. Width. Let's do 1000 by 1000. Or should we? 800, 600 height. 600 width. 800 height. Index.html. Let's see, game WebGL HTML. All right. Boilerplate. For non-Mac OSs. Okay, let's give it a shot. Okay, main.js. So I think the issue is that in our package.json, our main is app.js. Let me see if I can get it to work by specifying this. Awesome. Working. Yep. In a nice little window. Can resize it too. So yeah, now this is a desktop game. But so this is pretending to be a desktop game. It's actually a web browser, a bare bones web browser. And because um, I have it, so because the game is, um, yeah, because the game is a web browser game, and we have a bare bones web browser, we're able to run it. So this is nice, very nice. So that's good. And then this should close it. Yep. Okay. So that's good. Moving on. Hmm. So next we need to also be able to deploy it. And in addition, I want to get rid of this toolbar. So these this toolbar up here, I want to get rid of that. See if there's any um, any quick uh, let's see, menu bar. Set menu. Oh, win dot remove menu. Let's try that. Awesome. So no more menu. Now then, I kind of want to change the loading screen a bit. This blue color um, before the texture loads, that seems to be a bit too grabs too much attention. So let's see. Oh, and yeah, I forgot. Need to want to use the minimized version, minified version. Okay, so back to this. So when we make edits, or when I make edits, I need to edit the non-minified version. So let me see, where is load texture? Init wall, init buffer, restart game. It's probably in common, public, JavaScript, common. Load texture, initiator, load texture. All right. Yeah, so here we have it. Let's do a white, but that's partially transparent. All right, so that's the change I want to make. After I make a change, I'll need to run the script to minify. And then the script to run or to test the Electron version, desktop version. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. I like it. Cool. Okay. So let's see. Distribution. That's the next step. Like, how do we go about packaging this and then distributing? Electron builder, maybe. What is Electron Forge? Hmm. So I'm a little wary about Electron Forge. I want to be able to package everything myself, and I'm wondering, yeah, I'm wondering if there's anything in here that's trying to screw with people. So let's try Electron Builder first. So yeah, I'm not gonna plan to have an auto update. I find that auto updates. Yeah, so I'm trying to build this game so that people can play it offline and it doesn't need an internet connection at all. And so auto update, that's kind of something that connects to the internet. So, all right. Numerous formats. I like this. I like this all looks very good. Well, they're very opinionated, which I don't care for much. Save dev. All right. Where to use PM. Node modules instead of PMP. Package JSON. The package JSON name. Suika Game. So Suika Game, that's probably trademarked by Nintendo. I think. Let's come up with another name. So almost uh I'm almost sure that yeah, Suika is a Japanese pronunciation of fruit in Chinese. So let's do some translations. Chinese fruit.
水果
All right. And then now translate this to Japanese. Fruit.
フルーツ フルーツ
Okay.
水果
Well, what do we know?
水果
So I guess more correctly, Suika is the kanji pronunciation of fruit. Because I guess fruit they transliterate it as fruit, something fruit, fruit. So I mean, so water fruit, nice water fruit. Gets funnier and funnier. Okay, furutsu.
フルーツ
Yeah. So I guess that's the modern pronunciation of fruit. Hmm. Wait, interesting.
果物
Interesting. All right, so let's use the Chinese pronunciation. Uh, 水果 game. Version. I believe we're good enough for version 1. Yeah, good enough for version 1. Let's keep going. Name, description. Mm, yeah, there we go. So, no doubt, my inspiration There's no question about it. From Suika Game. Name, description, version, author. That would be me. Build configuration. So this is new. Type. App category type. Okay. Game. Filling in the scripts or the form. Add icons, maybe later. I'm gonna try this. Files. Public slash star star slash star dot min dot star. And then, well, see public slash game webgl.min.html public slash font slash star public slash images slash star slash JavaScript slash star dot min dot star public slash style sheets dot slash star. Yeah. So yeah, only the JavaScripts were minified. And because the HTML refers to the JavaScript, I also named the HTML or have a minified version of the naming, but even though the HTML isn't actually minified. Okay. But so I'm going without any of the um like the node web server, and I'm gonna see if this will work. Add icons, pretty nice, but I don't have one. Add the scripts, and plus, maybe I'll add the icon after I create nicer sprites for the fruits. Okay, so scripts, electron scripts. Um, not sure what Apter is doing. Distributable format. Okay, so this is for checking out if it's packaging everything. Post. Okay. Wow, code signing. Yeah, that sucks now. Now you have to purchase something in order to be able to distribute your application. Otherwise, um, you get that message that the application is um, downloaded from the internet or something, and it could be terrible for your. It could. Oh, it could be. Could be a virus, etc., etc. Bunch of BS. Yeah, so Windows and Mac. Okay, it failed. Oh, and does not exist. Okay. Yeah, so that's probably because uh hmm, electron builder. Maybe it's in this that I should specify. Um yeah, that I should specify um the entry file, which is the main file. Dot slash source. Um yeah. Okay, from and to. try that. See what we got. Um, hmm. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't seem like I can. Hmm, that's a bummer. 172 megabytes. This is a gigantic game. Hmm. All right. So after I include all the files, now it's working. Okay. So we have a desktop version. Wonder if any of these others. Um, hmm. Okay. Um, so there are more things that we could do, but uh, but we do have a desktop version now. So next up, this will probably be the end of the stream. Next up, I'm gonna improve the fruit sprites. That means making a better version of them. Uh, I want to add better lighting too. Yeah, and by that I mean something like this. Yeah. So, um, so I guess thank you all for watching the stream. See if there is any comments before we leave. Nope, no comments. Okay. Then I'll commit my code. A lot from the wow from the new dependencies. Yeah, I'm wondering if there's maybe a better way, like in the Electron builder, if there's any way to get rid of most of the stuff, because all that this game really needs is just a 2D canvas, WebGL, um, text maybe. Yeah, it's kind of kind of doesn't make sense for this simple game to be 200 megabytes. Kind of ridiculous. So maybe we can look into that at a future date. Look into how to look into making this game lighter. Yeah, add it onto the to-do list. What do we do since the previous commit? Minified assets. Um, created desktop version of game. Okay.